Hey everybody, and whoa, does somebody not have headphones on?
I don't. Hold on.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's okay. I was close. Weird echo. Welcome to the Mandalorian chat.
Hold on a
I
second.
am Okay.
Are
What are
we
you
ahead.
holding on to?
are we okay with sound now? Because we don't have headphones, but I can
Yeah.
get them.
No, as long as only one person can't have headphones on. Otherwise, so you're good.
Good. Okay. Perfect.
I changed my backdrop.
I love it.
Yes.
Where's Jeff?
He's coming. He's coughing his head off, so he's going to be in
Oh.
and out. I said, if you start hacking, go somewhere else because I'm going to Disney this week. So
He didn't get Disney cough, did he?
yeah, he's got that Disney cough.
So I'm Lena with Paper Scissors Vacations Oh My. Down below is Tracy G, and shortly Kinsey Days will be joining us. And over here we have Angela from Diz Our Dreams, and Jeff will be joining us shortly. So in the chat we have Mike Wheeler says first, and now I'm sad. Just found out the voice of Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch passed away. Way to bring down the chat, bud.
Aww.
Pam Spam says, I was here first before I just didn't Poe. He was 85. Noah says, hi, Lena, Angela, and Tracy. Samuel Hall, hi, honey. He says, yes, I saw that he will be missed. Mike Lewis says he was here also, but reading the article and messaging Pam.
Yeah,
So,
I had to change the way my thing was because I rewatched our first stream and I noticed how bad my camera was bouncing. So I was like, you know what? I got to figure out a better way not so the camera doesn't bounce.
that's totally cool. I like the tree. How long did it take you to put up your tree?
Since I bought a real tree, it didn't take long. And we keep it watered. And
So you would know, bud.
yeah, I mean that did scare me. When we first moved into our first place, it was a place that we didn't like to have a real tree at because if something ever did happen, it was one of those places that will go up very quickly. Within the last 4 or 5 years, we decided to get a real tree, and as long as we keep it watered, it stays pretty fresh. And then this year, we did a little bit more research, and it says if you have a real tree, to actually water it with hot water.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
My dad actually still uses ice cube trays, and he fills ice cube trays up and dumps the ice cubes in there so that he doesn't have to water it every day.
Well, he does. The
I'm surprised Angela doesn't have a can of Lysol named at him.
Sorry, I couldn't do anything with my hair.
I can't get sick. I cannot get sick.
I'm surprised you're letting him share like airspace with you and not like on a different computer.
Right?
She's like, why didn't I think of that?
Computer, why don't you go log in from in there?
Ouch. Poor Jeff.
Oh.
So how's everybody?
I think we're doing better than Jeff.
I'm here.
Jeff just got back from Disney, so
he did. And
so
Angela's
did
leaving for Disney again.
But Jeff got to ride and rise
on opening day.
On opening day.
You did.
I got the Disney ick coming home.
Yes.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
You
I
flew
was
home,
sprayed
right?
with Lysol.
My head's just all congested.
You took a flight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
and
think so.
He's hacking. That's the part, is that hacking. That's when you cough, you know how much germ droplets, and they go like this. Yeah. I'm like, cover your mouth.
But you share the same space all the time, so it's nothing new for you guys.
I guess.
I guarantee if Angela gets sick, Jeff is not going to be having a happy time of it.
No.
Inhalers. They do a body good.
Uh,
Do you show Lena this?
All right.
oh yeah. We have something we have to
We got
send
some
to you, Lena.
We got your.
Yay!
Or maybe we'll just give
Or
it to
you
you when we
don't.
see you.
I'll say, don't waste the postage. Just give it. We'll see you in like 18 days.
Yeah.
We get to see you in 18 days. I'm so excited.
Yay.
I wish.
He's not going to come see us in 18 days. Just saying.
No, I'm not going to be there in 18 days. I would love to have been.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
We have 2 episodes to catch up on.
Right.
You did not watch?
No, we did.
No, we have.
We have to.
Wow.
Wait, it's been 2 weeks. Do you like my I Heart Baby Yoda?
Yes. Yes.
Our baby Yoda.
I love it. I love it.
So what did you think?
Go ahead.
So what did you think of last week's episode if we start in order?
Okay.
Episode 4.
Okay. So what happened? Recap it for me. We watched it.
Episode 4.
Okay. So what happened?
He's on that. He's flying with Baby Yoda. He lands on that planet that he thinks is
that's
uninhabited.
right. That's right.
So it's a fishing, farming village,
Yes.
and they keep getting attacked by those marauders who have an ATST.
Okay. So here's my question. How did they get that? Was it just like on that planet and they just took it over from the Empire, do you think? It was like a leftover vehicle?
I think it was just leftover.
Think of the fall of the Empire.
Yeah.
When the fall of the Empire, people abandoned whatever, left, and they probably got a hold of it, repurposed it.
Oh, okay.
So just looking at the story arc itself of that episode 4, that was akin back to was it Magnificent Seven or the couple of westerns that did this. The samurai movie did this. Did you ever see, was it The Last Samurai, the one Tom Cruise did?
No.
It harkens back to well, most of those story arcs. Guy gets hired, trains the local village to fight back against the people that are raiding it. That's a couple samurai movies in the past. Yes, go ahead, Lena.
Noah just said they just released a Baby Yoda magic band.
What?
I saw that.
Oh,
earlier.
did you?
I saw that.
So is
earlier.
it basically that same picture, but they have it like screened onto a magic band?
There was a Baby Yoda magic band. There was a couple other
Really?
Baby Yoda things.
Where? On Shop Disney?
I don't know. I was in and out all day today.
Boy, you got to figure that out, y'all.
Well, listen, I can't talk too much about Baby Yoda merchandise because somebody might have some things coming.
Stop right there. Just stop right there.
I will mute you.
Well, Billy Joe, she shows me a T-shirt that she got Mackenzie for Christmas, and I looked at her and I said, "No, I'm not going to be able to keep that quiet." But there are a couple things that she got, and I told her that I will not mention it.
All right.
So Kenzie, ignore the first 10 minutes of the stream.
Jump to 9:02.
Well, she got the Pop Funko. We ordered it, and she showed Max. She was like, "I'm going to get this for you," and it doesn't come until May.
Wow.
Right.
So wait a minute. The Funko Pop's not coming out till May. I know they said the plush won't be out till after April 1st. So they're saying the Funko Pop, same thing.
Same thing.
Really?
They are so far behind on a Baby Yoda merch.
What?
Yeah,
I believe it.
Well, I think they got caught flat-footed.
Yeah.
I thought with Baby Yoda coming out about the same time as Frozen 2. And with Frozen, I think they said with Frozen, they got caught flat-footed.
They did.
With the Frozen merchandise.
They did.
So
Frozen, they did, yes.
Yeah.
So when they probably thought Frozen 2 was going to be as popular as Frozen 1 and hit that merchandise pretty good. Didn't realize how cute Baby Yoda was going to come across, which
That's what I don't understand. How do you not realize that?
The eyes. It's the
Right?
eyes. It's like,
He's adorable.
I had to leave the house earlier today because all I heard in my house was, "Oh, look at this one! Oh, look at that one! Oh, look at this one!" It was those Baby Yoda memes that were going crazy in my house.
Yes.
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 Yes. Well, I have to say, we're talking about the episode, and at the end, I guess, when he made the decision to take Baby Yoda with him, and the little girl was like hugging him, and he was like looking so sad. Abby was crying.
You cry for everything now.
Yeah, because it was
I'm crying too.
yeah, it was like, and I was tearing up because Abby was crying, but it was just like, oh my gosh, because he wanted him to stay there and be with those children.
Yeah.
But
Right.
he had to take him and protect him because
Right.
more they were just going to keep coming. Those
Exactly.
people-
Exactly.
yeah.
So how do those tracking devices work, do you think? Did you think it works on his like DNA or something?
I'm still assuming that they're really not.
yeah.
They're not saying much how they actually work.
Like, is there?
I wonder if that's a season 2 thing. If we'll find out about it in season 2.
Yeah.
Could be.
So there's going to be a season 2. You're thinking there'd have
Oh,
to be.
definitely.
They've already released that there will be a season 2.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know.
Okay, so my question is, he was scouting this planet out, I think, to find a home for Baby Yoda,
Agreed.
right? But is he also searching for another place for the Mandalorian to live as well? Like, who's taking over that part? Because
I
they're
don't know.
displaced now too.
Are they displaced now?
Yeah, well, they can't. Stay
Oh, that's
where
right. They
were.
came above ground, right?
Yep.
I think they were looking at this planet to hide out for now until let stuff blow over.
The Mandalorian?
The Mandalorian. He
Okay.
was like, and listen,
That's what I was getting from that as well.
this is a backwater. There's a backwater planet. Not too many traffic through here. I'm not going to be bothered by the guild. And so then he lands, and then he goes and gets one of the cutest scenes of the movie, Baby Yoda and his bone soup.
Yes. Oh.
But I gotta tell you, when he lands, or even before they land, and Baby Yoda's touching the buttons,
Yes.
don't touch it.
Stop touching that.
And it's just like every other kid you ever know.
Yes.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what makes him so adorable. He's like a little toddler, but he's like, but then he had just like how he saved him with, in one of the earlier episodes when that dinosaur thing was trying to get him and he used the force. Like he knows he can do those things, but he's just still such a baby. Yeah, that is adorable.
Yeah.
So do we want to acknowledge chat before we get too far?
Sure. I'll let Lena go ahead. This is your thing.
I think I've welcomed everybody in.
Shell Space is here.
Oh yeah, that just popped up. My thing just scrolled. Hey, my Shell Space, welcome into the chat.
And Amy. Hi, Amy.
Is Amy here?
Amy too.
She says,
What?
hello, everybody from the Skyliner.
Oh, I don't see it yet.
I don't
Okay.
see it. It's not popped up on my. Yeah. Hello.
See, what I do, what I've
enjoy.
learned was I go to YouTube, I pop out the chat on a side screen and minimize the StreamYard, and I watch the StreamYard video, and I look at the YouTube chat, the pop out chat. So you can get it. It's actually more
real time.
Real time.
Interesting.
Okay. Jeff's trying to do that now.
Yeah.
This could get ugly. Let's go back to the StreamYards. We'll figure it out.
My Shell Space says they have Baby Yoda phone cases too. Those will be sold out so fast.
Well, here's the thing with those. Okay, so here's the thing. If they have the screen print, where you can do those custom phone cases, they can just keep cranking them out as long as they
Oh
have
yeah, most definitely.
that picture. Like when you go down to Disney, you can go and design your own phone case. So as
Billy
long,
Joe's got
Mhm.
Billy Joe bought one for her and one for Mackenzie the last trip.
oh yes, yes.
My only problem is I like phone cases and um, the specially designed phone cases, but I like the OtterBox
Me
because
too.
Right.
if you haven't realized, I'm a little clumsy.
I didn't get that.
What? Just a little clumsy.
OtterBox, right here.
So
Oh, there's a lot of stuff now. Yeah.
I think a lot of it is
Pam says she's still here cleaning, but cleaning.
I think there's a lot of merch out there for it, but probably third party or what they can try to get out as soon as possible because they got
Yeah.
it's just I think some of the t-shirts I've seen were almost like one of those cheesy those cheesy press-on prints.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's all over the Disney
See?
website like that. I mean, it's
Right.
Shop Disney.
Yep.
And
They
they're
are using
screen print.
Zazzle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, there's
They are
definitely-
They are going through a third party for their custom shirts now. Disney
Okay.
is not printing them themselves, and they do not come in the correct size. I
Oh,
ordered a 2X Hulk tank when we were going to Universal, and the 2X shirt would have fit my arm.
really?
And when I called them, I'm like, "This isn't a 2X," and they're like, "Yes, it is. It's a 2X. It'll fit someone who's a 2X." And I'm like, "I'm telling you, it's not." And I sent them a picture. It's like, "Well, we have to see a picture." They gave me like $15 in Disney store credit, and they're like, "And we aren't doing this again. We aren't supposed to do this at all." And I'm like, "One, you guys messed it up, or
Right.
they don't know what a 2X is."
Right.
Well, I know when I'm buying merchandise in the park that there is a large and then there's a Disney large.
Yep.
Disney's t-shirts and clothing seem on the slim side.
They do.
Right.
Right. I agree.
So when I went and I got shirts this past trip, I made sure at home I'm taking a medium. I got a large this time around just to make sure that I know it fit.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
And then so and then the Dis and That shirt that I ended up buying, I got a large and I was happy because it was it had that slim fit too.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I haven't been a medium since high school.
Well, about 6 months ago I was extra large.
Yeah.
So
Right there.
6-7 months ago. But we touched that on Lena's earlier Friday stream.
Friday.
Yep.
Yeah. Jeff will have to join us for that sometimes because
Yeah, definitely.
like at lunch or whatever, like if we talk, so
Definitely. You guys are always welcome.
we're
We-
talking fitness Fridays. I think
Fitness Fridays.
I know.
Oh yeah, Jeff, I signed up for a 5K.
Yeah. You'll be good. Okay for a 5K. I guarantee you. 5Ks
Sam decided he's training me.
Nice.
I wouldn't kill yourself. I would just enjoy yourself.
Hey.
yes.
That message Sam and tell him not to kill me.
Well, I think he's watching, right?
I think he's
Not
watching
anymore.
NFL.
So going back to that episode 4,
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
because we got on a tangent.
Merchandise. Yeah.
So I'm watching the episode. He touches the buttons and he puts them back and it says, "Don't touch that." And then what's more hilarious than him saying, than the Mandalorian's looking at the child or Baby Yoda and saying, "Stay here. Stay here. Don't move."
Do you understand what I'm saying?
And then the ramp comes down and there he is standing right next to him.
Yes. That was hilarious.
It was
Yeah.
so cute.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, what? Where?
Well,
Go
okay.
back.
Let's go.
He tells him to stop touching stuff, and then as soon as he does, he's like looking right at him, and you see his hand going like this.
And doing it anyway.
He's like looking right at the Mandalorian, and he's gonna touch the button again.
Baby Yoda's probably saying, "Yeah, I'm 50. I'm older than you.
But you know, toddlers do that. Like you tell them not to do it, and they look at you and watch, and then they do it anyway. Like if they feel like if they're looking at you, you can't see them still doing it. It's just,
Right.
it's crazy. Yeah, yeah,
It's like toddlers in the back seat, or the whole, chat. They're throwing cookies at me, and they're touching me. You're poking the buttons again. Quit poking the buttons, child.
yes,
Sounds like yesterday's chat.
Yes.
But they kind of threw like a little love interest part
They
into
did,
the episode as well.
which was cool. Which it just shows you that Mandalorian has to give up a lot to protect the child. Because I think he probably was thinking I could settle down here. So back to the episode, because I hate to be the Steve of the chat and get us back on topic.
You're fine. Totally fine.
So then they hit the cantina or the little restaurant,
Right.
and you notice how quick he's surveying the restaurant while he's walking up.
Right.
yeah,
Sees the mercenary, which he thought was a bounty hunter, because you get that where when he's talking to the waitress, how long has that person been here? And then now she's gone.
yeah,
So in his mind, he's thinking, I've already been tracked here.
right.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So, and then the fight scene is absolutely great in that episode between him and the mercenary.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And
That,
he didn't.
that's the kind of person I would think he would want to like partner with, though.
Yeah, I'm surprised they
Which
didn't.
he did.
I know they're like lone wolves and everything, but
Yeah.
that's the kind of person you want on your side.
Well, he did at one point in time. I mean, getting further into the episode, they finally did
Right.
partner together. So the little blue shrimp, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they're fighting, and then they have the blasters at each other, and then there's Baby Yoda
Just
sipping his bone,
sipping his bone broth.
whatever.
Too cute.
Yeah. Baby's seen a lot.
hi.
Hey, Kenzie.
Hey, I know her. That's Fiona.
Hey guys.
Fiona.
Was that your play? Were you Fiona in the play today?
No, I just got cast as Fiona in Shrek the Musical for my high school show.
Oh,
That's awesome.
No, but didn't you have a performance today that you went
I had
to?
a performance at a Memorial Day service for an Elks Lodge that I do with my select choir.
Oh, okay. Wow. You're a busy girl.
Yeah.
She is a busy girl.
I spilled soda all over myself in the car, so I'm gonna go change.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
So then, just seeing the Mandalorian being approached by the two farmers, this is all the money we have. It's not enough, And then up until the point where they were like, we live in the middle of nowhere. He's still looking for a place to hide out. He's trying to get away from the population. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I did too.
And then you get to the farmers, and they take him through that whole exercise of you can defeat these people by yourselves, or not with our help. Once they find out that there's an ATST, which is better than an AT-AT, I guess, because I don't know if they would have been able to take down an AT-AT.
I don't think that AT-AT's
Yeah.
huge.
Right.
Yeah, this is just one of those smaller things they had on like
Now that-
Endor.
Now where was that? Okay, that was on Endor. That's right. Okay.
They were on. They were also the AT-ATs were the big.
Yeah, those were on Hoth, right?
Hoth. They did have ATSTs in Hoth too.
Did they? Okay. Yeah.
You just didn't. They weren't like shown.
Okay.
So I don't think you guys can see it because of the little thing underneath. But
Oh! That is funny.
Adorable. Oh.
Nice.
it was an early Christmas present because my mom showed him it, and he said, "There's no way I'm going to be able to be quiet about that on stream." So
Oh, I love it.
I got it early.
Kinsey, by the way, in the replay, you can't watch the first 10 minutes of this.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a feeling I know why.
I didn't give up any information.
Just go with it.
I'm so rewatching this later.
Noah,
Oh, hi, Noah.
Oh, too funny.
Okay, so where are we? We're
So we were just talking about
the bar. The mercenary. They hire them to protect them from
Correct.
the marauders.
They did this in the Clone War cartoon.
really.
Yes, and there's in season 2 of the Clone Wars, because that's what I've been catching up on with the Disney Plus. I've been catching up on the Clone Wars, and once I catch up with that, I'm going to move on to the Rebels, and then move on to the Resistance.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's an episode where Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka Tano get stranded on a planet that's a farming planet, and they open up the barn, and they see a spaceship.
Oh.
And there's a bunch of bounty hunters there, or mercenaries, that these little farmers were paying the mercenaries or the smugglers, whatever, to help them defend their crops and their stuff from a band of pirates that were taking their crops.
Oh, wow.
And the leader of that pirate group is what's
Finally,
his name?
something Star Wars you don't remember?
No, it's who's the guy on Smuggler's Run? The animatronic.
Sorry.
Hondo?
Hondo is the leader of this pirate group that's taking the crops.
So he's in that show.
He's in that show. That's one of his first appearances. Is in his first appearance in the Clone Wars is when Hondo's first appearance is when they capture Count Dooku and try to ransom him back to the New Republic. And that's the first time you see Hondo in the Star Wars universe.
Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting.
So, I mean, just looking back at it, Hondo, while he's in Galaxy's Edge, which takes place, 20 years after A New Jedi, right?
Return of the Jedi?
Return of the Jedi, and then you have Rise. What's the first movie that they do?
Yeah.
So there's
7, right?
Yeah, episode 7. There's about 20 years in between
Okay.
Empire and The Force Awakens.
Okay.
Hondo and the Smuggler's Run takes place right about the time after The Last Jedi and this current movie coming up. So Bad 2 is the newer Star Wars land.
So let me ask a question. Is Batu kind of in line with when The Mandalorian takes place?
No.
No?
No,
Batu's after.
It's well after. You think The Mandalorian's probably 5 years after Return of the Jedi, and The Force Awakens is 20 years, so there's 15 years between The Mandalorian and The Force Awakens.
Okay.
And then there's probably 2 or 3 years in between The Force No, I'm sorry. It happens right after The Force Awakens that you get The Last Jedi, because you could see that Luke Skywalker takes and tosses the lightsaber, so it's a direct connection to the last movie.
Okay.
Oh, she has to take a phone call.
Yep.
So then with that, you have to look at how long does Ren train with Luke? Almost in the same position that you have, how long did Luke train with Yoda? So you don't know the time frame on that. But so with Hondo, and that kind of like that whole Clone Wars, you go back to seeing what that Hondo's been around forever. So the Mandalorian and the trooper or the mercenary, who was a former soldier for the rebellion, which um, which was cool on what she was saying, after the defeat of Endor. And I was reading one of the articles that I came across where they said with the Last Jedi, not the Last Jedi, with the Force Awakens, we started off on Jakku, right?
Right.
Jakku was supposedly the last battle of the Empire and the
Oh.
rebels that kind of formally introduced the New Republic or whatever. This mercenary happens to come back and says, after the defeat of Endor, her job ended up being escorting dignitaries. It got boring. She didn't have that excitement, so that's why she ended up becoming a mercenary or hiding out on that backwater planet.
Okay.
So it kind of brought back Endor as the bigger battle to stop the Empire than the Jakku, even though the Jakku was like the last. If you read Aftermath, there's a novel called Aftermath, and Aftermath is where they get into the whole Battle of Jakku. There's a three novel trilogy, and I have Aftermath. I haven't gotten into reading it, so
Okay. So that's why, I guess that's why Ray was living in that. What was she living in? What was that? Was that an AT-AT that she was living in?
The foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Yeah, she was living in one. Phantasma Chronicles is here.
Hi, Phantasmic.
Welcome in, everyone.
Yeah, so after our first stream, I got from my wife was, you can remember all that little Star Wars, but you can't remember to pick up this at the store.
Oh yeah, she said it multiple times since then. I think she said it the other day.
So,
Forgot to grab something.
Yeah.
When will we see Maz? When will we see Maz Kanata make an appearance in The Mandalorian? Is that?
I'm interested to see if they even tie Maz. Because Maz is the owner of the cantina that Han and
Luke, go to.
Han went to try. So what's the one?
With Ray and Finn?
Finn, where they were going to, Finn wanted to go and join, and leave all of it behind anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be interesting if they do bring in Maz, because that would be a good way to tie the movie series into the Mandalorian.
Right.
Maybe they can bring in how Maz got Luke Skywalker's lightsaber.
Right.
Maybe,
that's still an outstanding question.
It is.
It's an outside. And you don't know if it's the lightsaber that Luke had in Bespin. Is that the Maz Cantina lightsaber that she had? Because when she started the lightsaber, it was blue, right?
Yes.
So you have to think that that's the lightsaber that Luke carried in Bespin, which is actually Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber that was taken from him on Mustafa.
So let me ask a question. I thought Luke lost that lightsaber
in Episode 3, Rise of the Revenge of the Sith.
He did. It was just dropped. There was nothing was ever said about it afterwards. So who knows how she got it?
Maz has a mythosaur flag.
Am I blocky?
Post. Huh. So Maz has what's a mythosaur flag? Does that have something to do with it?
I think that's a Mandalorian flag.
Oh.
Angela, I don't know if I was blocky or what.
Yeah, we're a little blocky.
Are we a little blocky?
Blocky.
Yeah, like lagging.
We are?
Pixelated?
No, because when you asked your question, I couldn't hear it because it got really the sound was bad.
Oh, okay.
And we're good now, though.
We're good.
So it might be us.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
it's all good now.
what was your question, Angela?
So we were just Phantasmic Chronicles said.
No, you were asking
Oh.
about the lightsaber.
Oh,
Yeah.
about the blue lightsaber.
Oh.
Yeah. When Luke didn't he lose that when he got his hand cut off?
That's in Bespin.
Oh, that's
in Empire Strikes Back.
yes.
So he loses the blue lightsaber, which the blue lightsaber was his father's lightsaber that was taken by Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith
Yep.
on the Fire Planet.
Okay.
So
our Alexa wants to get in on the conversation.
I like I said, I am a wealth of Star Wars geek knowledge.
But you can't remember the green beans at the store.
And can't get green beans at the store. Yes, Mythosaurus Boba Fett's signal, but that's also the same signal signet that was on the top of the Mandalorian's armor.
Oh.
You remember when he first went into the armor, they panned up and you seen that the skull.
Oh, okay.
So it's weird.
I wonder if she had that flag there to let them know that they're welcome, maybe.
Maybe.
So
yeah, good point.
And I thought the episode 4 was really good, and the way they handled the harken back to the samurai movies of old, the old westerns, you know, towns being harassed.
Right.
And I mean, for anybody who's into comedies, guy comedies, they would harken back to, say, Blazing Saddles. See, Jeff got it.
I got it.
Whoa, Kinsey just went side on that one.
That's a classic.
You know, I watched that.
Yeah, Blazing Saddles is hilarious.
Yes.
That's a true guys movie.
Yes, it is.
I remember watching
This is the first episode in which they show that he actually took his helmet off as well.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah,
Yes. We didn't see him without his helmet.
You didn't see him, but you saw him taking it off to eat.
But this also has this episode also gives a lot of contradiction into the Mandalore.
We're talking about episode 4 right now?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The Mandalore mythos. Because if you do watch the Clone Wars, Mandalore, the home planet of Mandalore, they're all not wearing helmets.
Oh, really?
And even the leaders of this Death Strike, which was the warrior, almost like a terrorist organization for the home of Mandalore, they actually took their helmets off too. So it's weird to come back to looking at what the Mandalorian's doing.
What if it's something like this specific group that Mando was in underground? What if maybe that's specific to that group of people?
Might be.
That's what I was thinking, since everybody is saying that it's contradicting what has been like said before.
Right.
Maybe it has something very specific to do with that group that Mando was a part of.
Maybe.
That's what I thought, maybe.
So
this is the way.
This is the way. We also learn in this episode that that the Mandalorian, Mando, is not a true Mandalorian.
He was adopted.
He was adopted into the Mandalorian society.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
So
a lot of interesting
information that came out of that. So he was adopted into the Mandalorian because he said, when that woman asked him, when's the last time you took the helmet off? And he said, yesterday. And she said, in front of people. And he said,
not since I was a little boy.
Like the ones out playing with little Yoda.
Right.
Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
I love this shirt so much.
So I thought the battle at the end was cool, you know, beating the Raiders. And once they took out the ATST, those Raiders just took right off because they knew they didn't have the firepower to beat back the villagers.
When they revealed that that's what it was, the ATST, I was like, oh crap.
Right?
Whatever.
Family
Fantastic
friendly.
Chronicles
Crap
says
is fine.
it's because he's a foundling, not a true Mandalore.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I was like, oh no, we're in some trouble here.
Yeah.
When we found out, I was a little worried, but
Yeah.
I think it went really well.
Yeah. So those beasts are still, whatever they were called, they're still like free in the forest,
But
right?
they don't have an ATS.
I guess they could come back at any time, though. Really?
Well, what they know now that I think they don't know that Mandalorian's leaving though.
Yeah.
Right? They don't know that they're leaving.
Yeah.
And that lady, they don't know if that lady stuck around as well. So
Right.
they don't know what's going on.
So
They have nothing to back them up now.
But the woman that the Mando was kind of intrigued by, that was about to take off his helmet.
That was.
Did you see how good of a shot she was?
Yes. So where did she learn that?
Yeah, I'm hoping that they expand, like, because didn't they say, isn't it on the internet that the woman, what was her name, that originally fought with Mando when he had his little soup?
I don't remember her name.
Yeah,
The
her.
mercenary.
I think on IMDb it says that she's in 3 episodes.
Okay.
So
coming back.
That I would like us to go back to that society and maybe get a little more background on that woman and maybe why she might be such a good shot.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I'm hoping that happens.
Yeah, for sure.
And hopefully that little girl gets to see Baby Yoda again because she was very sad when
I know.
I believe.
It was so sad.
Well, I could see that lady and that girl and that mercenary being in future episodes.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be a reattachment with the Mandalorian and that woman at some point. They struck that relationship up,
right?
And I think they need to carry that. That needs to be like out there, just waiting to happen at some season 2 or 3 episode.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I realized is something I realized watching episode 5. Baby Yoda's affected at least one person every single episode,
right?
In some type of way. So I'm hoping that gets brought in later.
Yeah, I agree.
Just waiting to happen at some.
Like I think that would be really, because what I was thinking, maybe there's going to be a time where like people are going to have to come together and save Baby Yoda when Mando can't, you know?
Right.
That would be really cool.
I was cracking up.
We'll adopt Fady Low. Go ahead, Angela.
Nothing. I was just gonna say I was cracking up when that in episode 5 when that lady was there and Jeff said that's that lady from Elf in the scene where Elf says,
Deborah,
you have such a pretty face. You should be on a Christmas card. I didn't recognize her.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's awesome.
Anyway, go ahead, Lena. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You and Billy and Kinsey and I can all adopt Baby Yoda, and we'll just be co-parents, and we'll just
That sounds like a great plan.
I love
it. Shep.
Hi, Shep.
Hey.
So, should we move on to episode 5, or are we done with episode 4?
I'm sorry if I jumped that skip.
No, that's okay. We probably need to move on. It's 4:45.
Yeah, we've been on. No, we're good. Episode 5.
Okay.
And go.
So, episode 5. What did you guys think?
I didn't think there was much of a storyline in this one.
See, I
didn't think it really built on anything.
It didn't build on anything other than who was that girl? Well, she was another person they were looking for. Yeah.
She was.
Is she dead? She's dead, right?
No.
I thought she was.
Nope. Did you not?
I saw
the closing scene.
Came over and looked at her.
There was a woman who came over and there was someone who came over and looked, but she didn't move.
Well, no, maybe she might be dead.
I was so excited that we went back to Tatooine, guys.
Oh yes.
Yes, right. What? Oh, here we go.
Maybe.
Welcome, Pro Manhattan.
Throwing this out there. Maybe those people that picked her up at the end were the same people that were after Baby Yoda at the beginning, and they just want her DNA to do whatever with her too, since she's such a killing machine.
Ooh,
that's smart.
Another clone.
That would be
because
What would they want
Jeff,
with her?
Jeff wants the same.
She was a
the
killer.
the doctor in the episode 1 and 2 was wearing the signet of the cloners from cloners. So maybe that's what they were looking to do with Baby Yoda, was to actually clone some of his DNA.
that's what I think.
So now maybe they're going to clone her. I don't know. The person that came over had a black boots and a cape.
Yeah.
It was Darth Vader. No, it wasn't.
No, Darth Vader's dead by this
don't
I
time.
worry.
know. I know.
I loved how they worked the sand people into that episode.
Oh
this
yeah, that was
episode.
cool.
I loved how they were back at tattoo.
When I was so excited.
So I said as soon as he put up those binoculars and he was looking, I said one of them's gonna like come up in his face, and then he turned around and there they were.
When we
What
did
there?
we did the villains night. Oh, I don't remember how long ago that was, but we did the villains night in Hollywood Studios. Those guys were walking around,
Yes.
and it was really cool. And they're very scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we met
You
them
really
at
great
when
with
we
them.
did Star Wars weekends. One weekend they were there,
We did a breakfast at Sci-Fi Cafe,
and they were there.
and the Jawas, the sand people.
Yeah,
They had all kind of creatures walking
yeah, it was
around.
pretty neat.
That's awesome.
Okay, tangent. I'm sorry. Galaxy's Edge needed a character meal. Just saying.
Well, I think they're looking at building a sit-down restaurant.
I
Yeah.
think they will have one. Yes.
That's smart. That's smart.
Once
And-
Think it needs a character meal.
That would be. I really hope.
I think they need this movie to come out, this next movie to come out before they do
You
that.
think
though.
it'll tie it all
Because
together?
I think Batu is going to be in this movie, and that way they can put the creatures into the.
All right, we'll see.
Well, they really have to bank on this one. I think bringing J.J. Abrams back for this last movie, is a good move, because what he did for Force Awakens to awaken all that Star Wars, and then that next director pretty much taken a lot of that stuff that J.J. Abrams had started and kind of just pushed it off the side.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think you need J.J. Abrams to come back and say, this is what I had originally planned on doing with these character arcs. Obviously, he can't bring back Luke. Luke passes away.
Right.
I'm assuming they're going to have to somehow explain Leia's departure.
I've read in spoilers. This is a spoiler for the movie. They blow up the ship that she's on.
Okay.
Okay.
It didn't stop the last time she was out in the
Yeah.
middle of space.
She did the Mary Poppins.
Was that so ridiculous? What did you guys think? Was that so ridiculous?
That's the problem with that movie, and I think that tied over into Solo too. I mean,
Yeah, it did. It really did.
I didn't watch Solo. I have not
I
seen
think
it.
if they
You
would have
aren't
taken,
missing anything.
if they took the feel of what Mandalorian's doing right now and did that with Solo would have been a much better movie.
Yeah.
I think, but
It needed to be gritty.
Solo was doomed from the start when they first announced it.
Phantasmic Chronicles, yes, I think Luke did pass away.
He became one with the Force.
He
Isn't that
became
what it
one
is?
with the Force.
Yeah,
I
along
heard,
with
I heard
Yoda.
somebody's going to come back in this movie that you didn't think was going to come back.
Yeah. What's his face?
Harrison Ford.
Lando Calrissian's in.
Lando.
No, somebody that you thought was expired.
The Emperor.
The Emperor?
The Emperor Palpatine.
No, somebody you wouldn't expect.
Darth Vader.
I'm
Darth Vader.
Who are you thinking?
I want Jar Jar Binks back.
Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks.
All right, I'm not related to her.
Han Solo.
You think he's coming back?
Listen,
He's going to make an appearance in this one.
Han Solo. I don't think so.
I think he is.
No, I think
he doesn't like the series anymore.
Well, I think a lot of it is you got to think that Harrison Ford wanted to kill off Han Solo
In, like, the very
Empire
beginning.
Strikes Back.
Yeah.
I don't think Harrison Ford would come back at all.
No.
I think JJ talked him into
Even as a ghost, I could see Darth Vader coming back as a ghost.
I'd like that.
Well, Darth Vader was a Force ghost at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Right. Right.
But if you're talking about the original release, he comes back as the older Jedi, and you talk
Mhm.
about the re-release from Lucas, and you have Hayden Christensen coming back
I know.
at the end of Jedi,
Yeah.
which was explained to the fact that Hayden Christensen came back as the Force Ghost because that was the last time that Darth Vader was a Jedi.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes.
So that's how that was kind of explained.
Okay. Like why he was so young. Yeah.
Right. So
It
that
was
was the
before
last.
he had been completely corrupted by
Correct.
Emperor Palpatine.
Correct.
So they had
Phantasmic Chronicles. That might be a good idea. It might be
Darth Bane.
Darth Bane.
Who's Darth Bane?
Darth.
From
Sorry,
Well,
Angela.
Darth Bane is I could see something of Darth Bane, but I think Darth Bane is the first Sith who instituted the rule of two.
Oh, okay.
There should only be one apprentice and one master.
Right. Okay.
Because before the rule of two, you had multiple Siths, almost like you had two factions of the Force. You had the Sith, which had multiple acolytes, and you had the Jedi, which had multiple acolytes. And after their final battle in the Old Republic, or before the Republic was instituted, the Old Republic was instituted. Bane was the only survivor of that Sith and brought about the rule of two.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry about my geek knowledge. It's coming out.
Well, what did you guys think of episode 5, though?
Well,
I thought
Did we cover
I
that?
wasn't a fan.
yeah,
No?
we said it wasn't really a whole lot to it, right, Lena?
Yeah, I agree. I think it was one of those episodes where 4's had information and 6 is going to have information and 5 was just kind of there
this middle
to be this
section.
like buffer filler
Yeah.
that we really didn't need, that we could have taken that and had pivotal information given to us, and it was just
Yeah.
See, what I liked about episode 5, I agree, it wasn't very pivotal. It was kind of
it
like a
bored me,
filler.
to be quite
It's like an
honest.
anime filler episode.
Yep.
But I think it gave us a lot of good Baby Yoda content, though.
Yes, absolutely.
It
not
gave
really.
us a lot of
There wasn't a lot of Baby Yoda in this one.
But what he did do was adorable.
Yes.
Like when he was walking out of the ship,
Yes.
he was like, "What's up? Where's my dad?"
Yeah.
And then
Where's my YouTube daddy?
and then when the guy was holding him and then he fell to the floor and they were looking for him and then he kind of just appeared. He was like, "Hey, I'm okay."
All right, so Mackenzie watches the episode for
No, I don't watch
Yoda.
it just okay.
Baby Yoda.
I watch it for all of it. Dad watches it for not Baby Yoda. Mom only watches for Baby Yoda.
No, I think there was
I'm the middle ground.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you got a lot of information on Mando's character
Yes, definitely.
in this past episode.
I agree. Yeah.
You know? Because remember, it's not the Baby Yoda episodes.
I'm not
it's the
saying that
Mandalorian
it's
episodes.
Right.
So while it wasn't a lot of information to further the story along, I think you gave a lot of Mandalorian character and his knowledge of fighting.
Phantasmic Chronicles. That. Why is it in this episode? I feel like Carla from the old Cheers series is.
Yeah, right? I couldn't believe it was Deborah from Elf.
Amy Sedaris.
Whatever.
But,
I don't know who Amy Sedaris is.
But what I seen and what these guys had said when they were watching it was,
Love.
what a bad dad. He just left Baby Yoda.
Yeah, that was so irresponsible of him. He
Right?
just left him on that ship. Anybody could have been. He's very lucky that the mechanic was a good person.
Yeah. I don't think he was thinking, because here's another thing too. He could have left him there and a bounty hunter showed up, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
what if
random
that?
insert. Does anyone else have mail run on Sunday?
We had something delivered today.
Sometimes during the holidays they have mail runs. They do, right?
Yeah.
All right, interesting. Sorry, go ahead, go on.
So I think what this episode showed was he's looking for more work. He's trying to make some money, but I don't understand why he would help this kid out.
Yeah, I did not like that kid from the very beginning. I knew he was trouble.
Well, it was
Well,
funny how he thought he was going to go up against him. I'm like, do you know
Oh,
who
yeah.
you're messing with? It was kind of
well.
funny.
First off, I think the story in this episode was cool because A, they went back to Tatooine.
That's what I
Yeah.
liked. Yes,
B, they went back to Mos Eisley.
Mos Eisley
Yes,
as well.
yes.
I mean, when he was on, when he said Mos Eisley Tower and you can land at something, I kind of geeked out right away.
Yeah.
See, I didn't recognize the name of the place, but I once he was like, "You realize where this is, right?" And then I was like, "It's Tatooine, isn't it?"
Yeah. When they said Mos Eisley, I was like, really?
Mos
And then
Eisley.
I'm thinking,
And
why are
then
they going
And then
back
he went back into the
Pacific?
bar.
they went back to the cantina that Luke
Yes.
It all started-
and Obi-Wan or Ben Kenobi walked into.
Yeah.
And that guy was sitting in the same exact spot as Han.
Right?
Same
Well,
position.
the second time
Yeah.
when Han,
Was with
the Easter egg that you get out of this is that booth that the bounty hunter was sitting in is the exact same booth where Luke and Ben meets Han and Chewie.
Oh, really? Is that
Yes.
where Greedo was sitting too? And they
Where
each other?
when Greedo when you first meet Han Solo, he's sitting on the opposite side of that booth of where that bounty hunter was.
Yes.
When they get up and move and Guido comes over and he forces Han to sit back down, he sits back in the same exact spot where you see that bounty hunter.
Oh, wow.
not technically a bounty hunter though, because he was trying to get into the guild.
Right.
So, and I was watching something where a little backstory on this where when Luke and Ben walk into the cantina and they got the whole, hey, no droids, right?
Yeah.
5 or probably 7 years later,
There's a
you have a droid bartender.
Yeah, that's crazy. I never even thought about that, but true. Interesting.
Yeah.
So there was there was a lot of Easter eggs in this episode. I think one, they just wanted to bring us back to Tatooine. They wanted to bring us back to Mos Eisley. I mean, they could have brought us to Mos Espa for all we know.
Right. Or Ogus Cantina, but
Well, that's true. They could have brought it, but maybe Olga's Cantina's on whatever
Batuu.
planet that Batu is,
Yeah.
or planet of Batu.
yeah.
Mos Espa is the port that Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan, and Padme meets Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah. So let me ask
Told you, geek knowledge.
so
A
you
lot of Star Wars geek.
so when they went to Tatooine, that was only 5 years after Luke was there? It had to be much past that, right?
It was 5 years after the death of Jabba the Hutt, which was
This was
They
episode
mentioned the Hutts in this episode too.
Yeah.
They did. They did mention that.
they did, but
Okay.
Yeah.
at this point in time of the Mandalorian,
Uh-huh.
Jabba the Hutt was dead. I don't know who took over the Hutt Empire after Jabba died because Leia kills Jabba in episode 6, which is 5 years prior to the Mandalorian.
Okay. Got it. Okay. All right.
Um,
So Jabba the Hutt was on Tatooine.
correct.
Okay. All right.
Because remember when in episode 6, Han was trying to get his eyes back and he says, I can't see anything. And Luke says, I grew up here. There is nothing here.
Okay. Yeah, I need to rewatch that one. I don't remember that one as well. I didn't watch it as many times as I watched the other ones.
Did you guys see the comment for Phantasmic Chronicles? Sorry, I had it muted for a few seconds. Why is it in this episode did I feel like Carla from the old Cheers series was the mechanic?
Right?
Yeah. No, I didn't get the Star Wars. I'm sorry. Frozen 2. I still have not seen Frozen. I'm planning on going to see it at some point soon. I want to go when I get free tickets at work, so.
Someone works at a movie theater.
I've already
Yeah,
put in
that's
dibs for a movie poster, Kenzie. It's just saying.
If my boss lets me have one.
I know. So the day, like, I didn't even see The Last Jedi until it was out on Netflix. Oh, that's nice, Lena.
Wow, look at that.
Cute.
Key to the kingdom.
Yeah, I was in an ornaments exchange, and this is actually Sam's, and he told me that I could open it and have it since I needed some Mickey mail this week. It's got little gemstones on it.
That's really cute. I like that.
That's cool.
Heavy.
Heavy.
But as far as this episode itself, I don't think there was any story progression,
No, none.
but
I
it was something.
I think the only thing that we really learned from this is that everybody knows about Mando. Everybody knows about what he did.
Right. Right.
That's like this woman who has no relation towards any of that knew.
Right.
A woman on the run, like that shows it's going to be really hard for him to find somewhere where he's going to be safe. And even if he didn't have Baby Yoda with him anymore, like even if he left Baby Yoda somewhere, he would still have that on him. People would still know him.
Right. Yeah.
Well, who was this guy chasing him at the beginning of the episode?
I think it probably some local bounty hunter from Tatooine,
Thinking that he could
because
get
his
some
ship,
money.
from what I understand, and the Easter eggs and the stuff that I have watched since the episode was this the starfighter that he was fighting Mando in was a stripped down model of the X-wing. In other words, the X-wing, it didn't, the attack foils didn't open up, and there was no hyperdrive, so he would have to be on base close to, like, say, Tatooine.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Which is good, because think about if Mando's in the middle of space and he's having a space fight and someone takes his engine out.
He's in trouble. Yeah.
You know, you got to try to find your way to somewhere.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting.
Yep. For sure.
So I thought the Tatooine, the Easter eggs, I think this was the tribute episode. Let's bring you back to Tatooine. Let's bring you back to, let's see the stormtroopers with their
With
ship.
the spikes.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Right. That was creepy. Wasn't
Yeah.
Right. So I thought there was almost the same way that Lucas had C-3PO and R2-D2 in episode 1 of The Phantom Menace. He did it for the fans.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It made no sense to have R2-D2 in Phantom Menace or even 3CPO.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
We knew what he meant.
What did I say?
Yeah, no, 3CPO.
Wow. But
Got too much Star Wars knowledge.
I thought it was nice having something familiar,
Right.
that really throwback, like the Tatooine, the Mos Eisley, and the Sand People.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
What's his name? Didn't Hayden Christensen kill all the Sand People though?
not all of them.
Kill all of them. He didn't kill
He
all.
only killed one tribe.
No, he thought he did.
One tribe.
But they
He
were.
only kills one. He only kills one tribe. That tribe that actually killed his mom.
Yeah. Yeah. He killed.
I think if this episode had been on any other planet, it wouldn't have been as interesting.
I agree. Absolutely.
Agreed. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe one from an older movie, but if it had been a completely new planet that we had no idea, like we have nothing to refer to it from, it wouldn't have done anything
We had
for
no
it.
connection to it.
Yeah.
It didn't move the story along at all, though.
Right.
At all.
Well, all we know is that Mando was careless with Baby Yoda.
Yes.
And the woman was like, "You got to learn how to raise a child."
That's right.
And I felt that you could tell that
Baby Yoda.
she was really upset when they left. Like you could tell that she was already like super attached to Baby Yoda in like the 2 days that she had him there.
Yeah. Yeah. Did she feed him? She give him something to eat? I can't remember.
She said get her something with bones in it.
Frog.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, he was attached.
So, like, the super amount of Easter eggs in this, other than Tatooine, the original cantina, most Isley, you have the pit droids that go all the way back to episode 1.
One. Yeah.
Wow.
And a little side note, if you remember the pod race scene with those little pit droids,
Yeah.
if you watch episode 1 again and you see how those little pit droids act,
Yeah.
they act like the Three Stooges
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because they were modeled after the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
There's, because I am a geek, I watched all of the movies with the commentary, and that's where you get all those little information.
Okay. Interesting.
Just like Lord of the Rings. If you ever watch Lord of the Rings, the director's cut and the commentary on there, I've watched all director cuts with all the commentary.
Yep. I actually had no idea that we were watching director's cut when I was younger, so I thought that this is what everybody was seeing.
Right. Right.
So
right.
I'm talking to someone about a scene that's only in the director's cut, and they have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm like, what do you mean you've never seen
That's
that?
because you're smart, Kenzie.
I love Lord of the Rings. We're huge Lord of the Rings people.
Well,
Hobbit too.
I
Hobbit.
knew I
Jeff.
loved you guys.
Jeff, did you ever read Lord of the Rings?
I'm not much of a reader.
No.
You need to
If
read
you-
the book.
If you read Lord of the Rings, the story definitely is different in some aspects.
Mm-hmm,
You know?
definitely.
Peter Jackson did an excellent job in adapting Lord of the Rings.
He
But,
really did.
How did we get to a Lord of the Rings from Baby Yoda?
We
You said
mentioned
you
you mentioned the
started-
commentary
you
on
It was
Star
started
me,
it.
Wars.
wasn't it? It was me,
It was
wasn't it?
you.
No,
It
but
was.
it's fine though, because all of us love Lord of the Rings.
And
So it's
Angela
At least
was
the
going,
movies.
uh-huh.
I like The Hobbit too. I don't know how you guys feel about The Hobbit. I know some people don't like it. I'm a fan. I started reading it and then I didn't continue because I'm awful at continuing books. I start them and then
Yeah. That sounds like Abby. She's the same way.
Like Harry Potter. If you've read the Harry Potter books, watching the movies, you get a totally two different feel of
he's
the
read
movie.
everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Everything.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, the Harry Potter books are meant for young readers, so
I
you could
read the first 3 books.
you could polish off a Harry Potter book in probably 2 weeks, the big ones.
I read the first one in a day.
You
Wow.
can read the thickest one in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't believe I did that.
yeah.
Okay, let's age Lena a little bit. I was in 3rd grade when Harry Potter #1 came out.
Oh my
The
god.
movie,
Oh wow.
the movie or the book,
No,
Lena.
the book.
Okay, makes a difference because the Harry Potter
I think
movie
that makes
came
that
out.
feel worse.
Harry Potter the movie came out probably around.
What year?
Hey Alexa, what year did Harry Potter 1 come out on movie?
The book Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone was published about 22 years ago on June 26, 1997. The film adaptation was released on November 16, 2001.
Thank
So
you.
2001.
So a year before I was
2001.
not even a year. A little
Mac
bit before.
wasn't born yet.
I was born 2002.
That ages me a little bit.
See, Lena, now you know how we feel.
Feeling old.
I'm sorry.
I'll go
I
start hunting for those gray hairs again.
But yeah,
all right.
I've attempted reading Harry Potter. I haven't finished it though.
Yeah.
I would love for them to put, after they're done with this season, to put out a novel of the Mandalorian of this season, because not only would you get
That'd be awesome.
not only would you get the screen, but you would also get the whole
Mando's
thought process
thoughts, yeah.
behind what's happened.
Right.
'Cause
Right.
that's what I like about the novels. You get the thought process. You don't just get the action and what you see. You get the thought process.
Right.
And the crazy part is
Right.
you can't even see his facial expressions. You just see his helmet turn and look at
Yeah.
you. Like,
But you know what? Not for nothing. I think that's pretty cool considering what he's getting. I mean, talk about of an actor. He's getting some kind of emotion out of a character that has no facial expression.
exactly. That's
Exactly.
true. That's
You
true.
can
That's
tell that
very true.
he cares so much about Baby Yoda. Like you can tell like that when he first was like, what are they gonna do with it? You could already tell he was attached.
Yeah.
Why though? Why does he care?
You know why? Because he saved his life. Really. I mean, he.
No.
Because he's
Well,
a foundling.
Reason.
Just
Because
like
he's
he is.
also a family. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's in the same exact situation that.
Well, that's true. That too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's got to be a bigger reason.
He's like a little orphan.
No,
Yeah.
there's something else going on.
I don't know.
Maybe, but right now all we've got is that they're both familings.
So, who's in Disney next week?
Me. Well, we're off next. Are we taking off next week and we're going to do the talk the week after? Are we doing it every 2 weeks or next week?
It would be the 22nd, which would be the Sunday before Christmas, and it would be on either
Hi, Amy.
Tracy or Kenzie's channel.
Well, Kenzie has more of a following than I do. I have 51 subscribers.
I
got
got
like
275
200.
today.
Huh?
Yay!
Yay!
That's awesome, Kenzie. Okay, so
Yeah, I've been fluctuating between 270 and 275. I
Really,
said hi to Amy.
honestly, you're going to want to put it on whoever's channel you want to grow. So,
yeah,
Well, that would. Well, you know
Yeah.
what? Not for nothing, and I think I've said this before. 51. I'm fine.
He doesn't want it to grow.
I don't need to be
Then
super
we'll-
huge.
then
okay.
we'll stick it on Kenzie.
We'll stick it on Kenzie's channel.
That sounds good. I'm
Okay.
okay with that.
And
The 20 I'm okay with the 22nd because we aren't doing anything for the holidays. So
Alright.
the
Let me go on my calendar.
22nd, The Mandalorian drops the 18th.
yes, it drops prior to the new movie coming
Prior
out.
to the movie, right?
Because
they're
I don't
supposed
think
to
they
be-
wanted to drop The Mandalorian and the movie on the same day.
There's spoilers for the movie in it.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, we'll see. That's what they're
We'll
saying. I don't
see.
know.
That's what
Are
they're saying.
They're saying that there's spoilers for the movie. Maybe there's spoilers for The Mandalorian in the movie. Because
Okay.
I think that the movie's been in production so long.
Well, that's true.
But so has Disney
Yeah.
Plus. Disney Plus has actually been in beta mode in the Netherlands for 2 years.
Yeah, but The Mandalorian is the new episode, so I'm maybe
But I
there
think
is.
they're all filmed. I think they're already all filmed, and it's just like doing Vlogmas. Like for me, where I have a whole month of videos already done, they were filmed a while ago. They just are dropping now.
Well,
Um,
we'll see, I guess.
We'll see.
So when we get together again to talk Mandalorian, it'll be Star Wars / Mandalorian because
Yeah.
unless
Hey,
unless I'm not able to go see it,
we're seeing it.
obviously
I think
have
your
to-
dad will want you to go see it.
so here's my
I might
question.
have to work. I might have to serve the people going to see it.
So my question is on that Sunday, do we want to start it an hour earlier? Is that going to interfere with anybody else? Okay, let's start it an hour earlier.
Why?
Well, because we may
What
get together with our friends for Christmas Eve dinner, which since we're all going to be here for Christmas Eve. But if we do it at 3 Eastern, we should be done by 5.
Do we have
right?
ticket 30 for the movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
I was going
On
to say,
Friday.
I think we know somebody that works at a movie theater now.
Right? We can get hooked up now.
Yeah, but you have to live in our area.
Right. Yeah. Well,
We'll fly.
I have a
about.
car.
Okay.
You guys can't be that far away.
You're probably about 7 hours away.
Okay. So we want to look at maybe 3 Eastern. Is that
I
okay?
drive fast.
Let me.
I'm fine.
I
Easter.
have
3 Eastern.
Oh, I thought you said Easter.
So if she's not available,
no,
because if she has to work that day, that'll probably be on Diz Our Dreams channel.
So the way that my job works is I give my availability the Sunday beforehand from that Friday to the next Thursday.
Okay.
Since that
Well, we
is
don't want to take away your money, Kenzie.
it's
She does
Yeah.
already.
Well, Kenzie, why don't we do this? Why don't we see what your work schedule is and you let us know when you can do it?
what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them that I'm available to work Friday, Saturday, the 23rd, and then the 26th. So I'll take that Sunday, Christmas Eve, and Christmas off.
Okay.
So since we don't have school that week, I'm able to get more hours in.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
They don't
That'll
schedule us people who work in the high school. People who go to high school, they don't schedule us during the week, only Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Okay.
and I don't like only giving her like one day of the
Right.
weekend.
But you'll
Hey,
be able
totally
to do
cool.
4 days. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll definitely be able to do Sunday.
Okay.
And
All
bring
right.
the popcorn.
So we'll plan on Sunday at 3 Eastern, unless otherwise, right?
Lena, that's good with you? Because you're an hour
Yeah,
behind us.
Yeah, it'll be 2 o'clock my time. It won't affect any us here because Dad decided that we're not doing anything we're canceling Christmas this year.
Okay.
Aw.
I'm sorry.
Sorry to hear that, Lena.
Yeah, Dad needs to grieve and the way that Dad needs to grieve, and if it means that he does not want to do Christmas, we're trying to let him do
Yeah.
what works for him.
Yeah,
He
that
said
makes
that he
That's
You're
can't
in our
imagine
prayers,
and
Lena.
understandable.
for a Christmas dinner with knowing that there's going to be an empty spot.
Oh,
Right.
that breaks my heart.
I'm so sorry, Lena.
So,
Yeah.
yep.
I hear.
So,
I'll be available.
okay.
All right.
So 2 weeks from today, 3 o'clock on
Courthouse.
Kenzie Days,
Sounds good.
2 o'clock Central.
Yep.
Sounds like a
So we're good.
Jeff has a little cover thing for StreamYards that he can text you for.
Okay.
yeah, like a thumbnail.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, she's more like I said. I'm still learning. So
Kinsey, I just went into Photo Grid on my phone and uploaded it as a photo, and I put in my logo, and then I just put in like with guests, Diz Our Dreams and Tracy G, and you can just put your logo in there and put
Yeah.
with guests, and then it works.
all right.
I'll try and figure that out.
I am not trying to rush at all. I just
Yeah.
No, you've
I know
got to
when-
go. Yeah.
No, I don't
we
have
don't.
to go.
We don't have
believe
to
me.
go. We didn't know if you guys needed something.
I know
something
there's
you had
other
to do.
people. I know there's other people streaming, and I know Lena,
Yep.
you're going to be live in 45 minutes. You
Yes,
probably want to eat.
Yes.
I actually think I'm not gonna do my Sunday night stream tonight. I might do it next week. It's finishing up the Christmas songs bracket, and I think I just want to take a week off of that.
Okay.
No, that's
You need a break, girl.
you take all that
Yeah.
time.
So I'll
So-
see you in Mom and Mouse's football stream though.
Yeah, I've got to hop over in their chat. Our dog is trying to say hello down here.
Aw,
Hello.
Jasmine,
He-
named after
he just
Princess
thought that
Jasmine.
she needed to be in the suitcases when we were packing today.
Ah.
She was not a happy kitty that we got the suitcases out. So
Aw.
My cat often sits on top of my suitcase.
Yeah.
Like, don't leave me.
So, Lena, if you want to end it, and then we could talk after we're done.
yeah, this is see Phil focus. This is my planner book.
Oh, this
My-
is cute.
She's laying on my planning book. Like, no, you are not leaving me.
Cute.
She knows she can
Alright.
get you with the planning book.
Right. All right. So 2 weeks from this week, it will be the 22nd. It will be on Kenzie Days' channel. So if you are not subscribed to her already, her link is in the chat. Make sure to go find that. Get subscribed. We want to get her to 300 by the end of the year. So with
you.
that, we will say thank you so much for being here. There are other live streams going on. Mama Mouse is over there cheering on her Chiefs against the Patriots. So make sure to check those out, and we will see you another time. Bye, guys.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye.
Come on.